Niggets, ob du...
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands, and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no challenge for champions and chain no fear. Yeah, the champions here.
Good morning, everybody. What an amazing day it is to be alive. It is Wednesday, October 21st, and you are watching Paleocrat Diaries all over the place, in fact, on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, DLive, and I want to thank all of you. Give you a big fat salute right here from Castle Paleocrat in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Good morning to everybody in the comments section before we begin, of course. Just as a reminder, two things. Number one, no matter where you are, you can comment, and it goes into the master feed. Okay, it goes into this awesome pool of different comments from all the different streams. And so you may not see the comments from other streams, but I will try to make sure to mention as many as I can, especially the good ones. So make the comments really good, make them really good, and they will be mentioned on the air. So yeah, good morning, Cherie. It's nice to see you. Good morning. Wednesday morning. I don't know if anybody even gets that anymore. Like, it was a passing thing, you know what I'm saying? Nancy Pelosi. It's a passing thing. She was having some kind of a brain burp, right? A brain fart in her head. And right there in the middle of a conversation, right there in the middle of an interview, and just stopped and said, good morning, Sunday morning. It was just the most awkward moment maybe of 2020, at least for her. And she's got a lot of really awkward moments. The other announcement, real quick, is that there were a lot of people who've been asking, saying, look, you know, it's 2 hours long, the show, and we want to share it, but sometimes you want to share a specific topic. Like yesterday, there was a brief, I don't know, maybe 2-3 minute discussion as to the clash of civilizations and where we are right now. And there were a bunch of people in the comment section that were like, dude, we got to make a video just of this. Like, this is really, really good. What we do is at paleocratdiaries.com. I've been doing it for, I think, the last 4 or 5 episodes. If you go to paleocratdiaries.com, and you should, in fact, I'll put up the banner right now, so that way, an easy reminder. If you go to paleocratdiaries.com, what you'll see is a whole bunch of really cool updates and all the shows, right, from episode, I think, 20 through where we are now. And if you go in there, it's got a table of contents. And so what that is it has two different areas there. One of them, the one on the left, the column on the left, has a timestamp. If you click on that timestamp, it will send you straight to the video to where that begins. If you click on the link next to it, it has a description of what that segment is. That is a link that will take you to the article that I was discussing. So you can share the article with your friends. You can share, of course, the segment with your friends. That would be really great, too. You can share both. You can share both of them. All right. I've heard that Facebook is no longer working for some of you, and that's why you're on YouTube. In fact, I would encourage that anyway. Mark Zuckerberg sucks. If I had a little blurred out thing, I'd give him the middle finger right on the air. Right on the air. I would. You know, it's one of those things. Brian says, good morning. I've got to get these lattes made. You have to. You have to, because it is straight to the dome, especially because today is Wolfpack Wednesday. It is Wolfpack Wednesday. Okay, we got to be howling, dude. Howling at the sun. Okay, howling at the sun. But straight to the dome. And if you got your latte, you know, try to get a fancy straw, right? It's the only way to make it through these episodes, because this is high-octane stuff, guys. This is intensity, like intensity times 9,000. 9,000 bazillion. And so you're definitely going to need your coffee. Glad to hear that you're getting it made. All right. I wanted to give an announcement really quickly. Well, I guess two more. And they're real quick, okay? Nothing too big or anything like that. One of those is a friend of mine. I want to get this thing up here because the truth is I've never heard of this before. I saw a picture. A friend of mine reached out. Her name is Shannon, and in fact, I meant to talk about this a little while ago because we do prayer requests, man. We believe in people. This is a show for the people, right? Sally Sue, Johnny Q. It's what this is for. And so when people are going through good times, bad times, we're there for them, right? To be there all along the way, right? We are there. But my friend Shannon, she has a thing called Moyamoya, I think is what it's called. Moyamoya. And she said it's a rare progressive disease of the blood vessels in which the brain, it can cause strokes, seizures, cognitive decline due to lack of blood flow from collapsed blood vessels. She had a huge surgery. I mean, the scar on her head, I was shocked. I didn't know. I didn't know because I don't get on Facebook very often. As I said, hate it. Hate Facebook. I loathe it. It's like unless it's for family, you know what I'm saying? But I know people use it, and they use it to keep people up to date with what they're doing. And I just didn't know. So when I saw this massive scar, this incision, it really blew my mind. And so she asked, you have a lot of people who tune in, and you have, you've been involved with things to do with Team Tiny Dancer, childhood cancer, stuff like that. And so if you could just let people know. And I said, I definitely will. And what they did with her, she said right here, what they did was to take an artery by my ear and lay it on top of my brain under my skull. Then they pieced my skull back together with plates and screws. Just, and as I said, I had no idea. We'll share a link in the post about this at paleocratdiaries.com after the show. When I put the segments together, we'll go ahead and do that. But also, so keep her in prayer. Her name is Shannon. Also, keep my son in prayer and our family because we're losing our minds. We are losing our minds, guys. Yesterday I get a text message from my mom, right? And she, I don't know if she was fully aware of like what I do every day. I'm like, I've told you, you should not be texting me sad things right before the show. But she did. She texted me about my sister. I'm glad she did, of course. Because I was able to talk to you guys. And about the progression of cancer in her brain. She's got 20 plus tumors in her brain, and it's progressed. And so they're changing protocol. We're hopeful, but at the same time, it's, you have to gear up, You got to gear up, and that's just the way it works. Every single day, you got to gear up. And so it's what one of the things this show is helping us to do is to gear up every single day. And so, but today, we get a phone call from the Children's Hospital, because you remember my son yesterday, Ailey wasn't here. She's here today. I got the intercom going. She's here. She's good. So is little Lucian. So is Wolfgang. The whole staff. The whole group is here. But yesterday she was with Athanasius. They were at the Children's Hospital because they were testing his human growth hormone. And they did a bunch of stuff, a bunch of blood work. He was super tired all day long. They said the medicine they give will make him tired, and he was. Well, today we're expecting a phone call back from the endocrinologist, and today we get a phone call not from endocrinology, we get one instead from radiology, and it's an MRI that they want to do. Now, we hadn't gotten any news yet about any results or anything, and they're like, yeah, we'd like to do an MRI of his brain. And I'm like, what? Having gone through childhood brain cancer, having, without context, having people call and say, hey, we're looking to do an MRI on the brain, when you haven't been informed that that's even on the agenda, that's scary. It is scary. And Angela's like half awake. She's on the phone. She's super tired. And she's like, they said something about diabetes. I'm like, what? So I call back, man. I call him back because she was too tired. She didn't even get anything done with it. So I call him back and I'm like, look, you got to break this down to me. And the department is diabetes and endocrinology. That's the department. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. And they said they want to do an MRI. They should have contacted us first. Once everything was said and done, what ended up happening is this. This is the long and short, guys. And we're getting back to the news. Okay, we're going to get to this. We got a lot to talk about. But the thing is that what they told us is that his human growth hormone is not pumping out the juice it needs to pump out. It's like they're looking for 6 different levels or whatever. If even one of them goes over 10, good, okay, on their scale. His highest, I guess, was like an 8.3. And so it's not working where it should be working, okay, to the level that it should be working. So they need to figure out, they need to do different tests to find out, is there some kind of problem with the development of the pituitary gland? Like, what is it exactly that's the issue? And they said in very, 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 very rare occasions. In fact, the lady on the phone said in her, 15 years of doing this, she's had one time where it ended up being a tumor. One time. But no matter what, man, it's going to freak us out. So we have an appointment next Thursday. So I'm not going to, well, I will be here. And we'll talk about that next Thursday. All right, guys. Let's do this. We got a bunch of great news for you today. We're going to start out, of course, with the mega funny. And, in fact, with something that was shared with me by a listener. He was following the show, and he saw the article about the lady and the video where the lady decides that she's going to go in and demand that her fiance at Target, okay, I think it's a French outlet. I think it's a French outlet. Target. And she demanded, look, we've been together for 8 years. We've been engaged for 3. And you need to marry me right now. I've got this priest. I don't know where she found this priest. He's kind of looking like buff, like a model almost. Like this whole thing is a little bit rigged. But the guy, it seems really authentic in a way. I think that maybe, the guy looks authentic. The girl, I don't know. She's TikToking this bugger up. Okay. But my friend Rex, he sent this and he says, still trying to process this in my brains. And here's the thing. We're going to go ahead and play this. Let's see if we can go ahead and get the sound on first. But we saw the lead up, okay? So we saw that she's getting in a dress and everything, and she's walking inside, and she's telling, look, putting him on the line and everything else. See if we can maximize this a little bit. There we go. So here's what happened after that.
Yes, we can talk about this outside. Oh my God.
So they're going outside. Click, clack, click, clack. Do you see that quick zoom?
Oh my God, he's talking to the pastor.
He's talking to the pastor. That's so exciting. I think that's good.
What is he saying? Is he saying he's going to break up with me?
I think it's good things. I think this is really good, Anna.
Oh my God.
Do you hear this? Oh my gosh, he's talking to the pastor. What is he saying? And you see the quick zoom? Zoom, 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 zoom. It's like those old kung fu movies. You know what I'm saying? like Bruce Lee. Dun, dun, dun. He got a big, gong. Zoom in on it. They should have done sound effects for this, man. Doing. And all that. But they're zooming in, and she's like, oh my gosh, what is he saying? Do you see what he's saying? Well, maybe. He's not wearing a mask, right? You'd at least be seeing what he's saying. But the guy's like, no, I can't see. I got the camera on you because we're TikToking it up, remember? Remember, this is for the OnlyFans. Oh. That friend is looking very uncomfortable walking around in those shoes. I don't want to bust her chops. Maybe it's like, I don't know what that's called, bow-legged syndrome. I don't know what it's called. Maybe she's a CIA asset and she's using the rectal toolkit. If you remember that episode. How can you forget that one?
We're outside.
You want to turn that off?
Oh, he doesn't even want it on. Yeah, can we turn that off, please?
We're outside.
Okay, I turned it off.
Come on.
I turned it off.
Did you hear that? He's lying.
8 years.
Yeah.
I gave this to you 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But you just barged into my place of work
Yeah, because
And
you
I
won't
tried
make
to
a
ask me to
commitment.
marry
You
you.
won't make a commitment. You wouldn't even set a date with me.
Because
So I did that.
This is the type of stuff you do.
Oh, this is not looking good. Oh my gosh, look at her face. Look at her face. She's like, but I'm trying. I even wore the fanny pack. It's the gold edition. Doesn't it look a little bit like it's got a gold zipper? She's like, I wore the, the really fluffy earrings. The peacock earrings that you like a lot. Come on, man. And he goes, you barged into my place of work. She totally did. TikToking it up. Obviously with some dude who's lying. Again, it has to be about money. Oh, it's off, I swear. Cross my heart and hope to die. Liar.
Which is why we're still engaged. This is probably the needle that broke the haystack.
Needle that broke the haystack. And look at the priest over there. He's like, dang, son, this is not looking good. And look at that very, very elaborate Bible he's got. Look at that thing.
Wait, what?
What?
Are you breaking up with me?
That said,
Yeah.
it's been 8 years too long. Screw this, let's get married.
Yeah! What?
That's so exciting, yeah.
I now pronounce you man.
No. Did you just see what I just saw? Did you guys see this? Oh my gosh, what the heck, man? This is insane. So the guy's like, look, you barged into my place of work. You've been doing this kind of thing. This is the way you act. This is like the last straw. This is the needle in the haystack. Whatever he even means by that. Did he say last straw in the haystack? What did he say? Oh, he's obviously not a manager at Target. And what does he say? He said yes. It's been 8 years, and she's like, "Are you breaking up with me? Holy moly!" She's got OnlyFans that will definitely cover for that. They'll be like, "Oh yes, dude, you know that this ruined her whole OnlyFans account. They're all just done. They're like, oh no, and I paid you thousands. I paid you thousands of dollars." How do you think she got the peacock earrings? But he says yes. He said yes. Oh my gosh, dude. Unbelievable. Thank you for that update. I really needed that, Rex. We all needed that, dude. I don't know how we even started our mornings. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we even started our mornings at all without that information. I know everybody's been just, just biting their nails, waiting to find out. Did he marry her? I mean, because we stopped at that place. It was like a cliffhanger. Oh, Deja in the comments section. Hello. Don't know if you caught the episode yesterday. You were part of the very first announcement. Don't know if you caught that. Nice last name, by the way. Yeah, I see that. You didn't tag me, though. We can't be friends. We can't. We can't be friends, Deja. Oh, my gosh. Good morning, you guys. I love you guys. Oh, yeah, what am I doing? I'm skipping this. Zara shopper warns over leather trousers. This is over at mirror.co.uk. After mortifying moment in restaurant. Julia Leonard discovered a pair of fake leather trousers. Okay, so see, the headline says over leather trousers. I don't know exactly how this is going to go, but my guess is that if they were not fake leather, maybe she would have done better. Maybe this is sponsored by the leather lobby. We'll find out. From Zara, came with an unexpected bonus feature and a video posted on TikTok. Dude, these are all TikTokers, man. Demonstrating the noise racked up more than 3.7 million views. A Zara customer's embarrassing experience with a pair of the shop's faux leather trousers has gone viral after a hilarious clip racked up nearly 4 million views. Didn't it just say? Okay, yeah. Oh, gotcha. Julia Leonard was left mortified when she visited a restaurant with her family only to discover her new pair of trousers came with a very awkward design flaw. Okay, I don't know if I want to see the video for this. I don't know. What is this? Well, okay, they're not going to show, obviously, her with them on. Okay, I don't need to see that. Oh, it's a noise. Where's the TikTok video, though? Is it up at the top? Let's see if we can do this here. Oh, you can't download the video. What a bunch of garbage, dude. We are refreshing the screen. This happened yesterday, guys. This happened yesterday. Video downloading. Let's see. Play now. Dude, I'm done with you, Mir. I am done with you. If somebody can put it in the comment section, a different one where the woman, because I'm assuming that it sounds like a fart. That's what I'm assuming it sounds like. When I was
Please just keep watching if you shop at Zara.
Okay, Mir, they heard.
These really cute, flary type leather pants. And I went out to eat with my family in them. And thank God it was just my family. On our way out, my sister drops her phone. So I go down to pick it up, and this happens.
I'm so glad that we heard this. I was just expecting this little, like a little squeak. Dude, that is loud. That is loud, man. Hold on. We gotta hear this again. This is highbrow stuff. And by the way, obviously people over at mir.co.uk, people over at Mir are definitely watching the show. They probably caught it, Paleocrat Diaries, they probably caught it because we focus so much on the material to do with the animal uprising. And they're like, look, this guy is popularizing our site like crazy. He's an influencer. We're watching the show. So they had the whole team on it, and they're like, oh my gosh, Paleocrat is not able to watch these videos again. Get on it, stat. And they had their own personal Ailey, their own version. It's obviously not as amazing as our Ailey, our assistant here at Team Paleocrat. But they had their own version, right? A knockoff, a cheap knockoff. And the cheap knockoff got to it real quick. So here we go. I got to hear this one more time.
So I go down to pick it up, and this happens.
Yeah, and she's like, and you can just see her face. It's so cute. She's like, come on, are you kidding me? This is what we're doing. This is how it's going down. Oh my gosh, man, this is so great. Honestly, I thought that we were gonna be, it's gonna be one of those like ripped fake leather pant things, and they were gonna show how it ripped or whatever. And when I saw it, my first thought was back roller skating. Is in fact my daughter's last time roller skating. Okay, she loved roller skating. My daughter Samantha, the one who passed away, and she loved roller skating, and she wanted to go. And we went out to this place. It was a different place. It might have been Terry Hall. Not exactly sure. We normally go to the fun spot. That's kind of our little Garden of Eden around here. Is the fun spot, Byron Fun Spot specifically. We love Byron, and but we're over at this different place. And we're skating around, and I've got these pants on that my wife told me. She goes, look, those are nice pants. You shouldn't be wearing those. But I didn't want to, go and put on a pair of jeans or anything. I just like, I'm not going to change. So I go, and I'm skating around, and I'm doing good. I'm pretty decent skater. Not at speed skating, but I rarely ever fall. Let's put it that way. Rarely ever falling down. It's happened before, but not in a long time. And so I'm skating around, and I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm looking pretty fly, doing my thing. And all of a sudden, man, I kind of whoop, and slip, and I don't fall all the way. In fact, I felt pretty dope. I was like, man, yeah, I'm managing this. I think I can do it. And I ripped right up the inseam. I'm talking pretty high up there. And I'm like, oh no, man, it was more than half of my leg. More than half of my leg just wide open. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm going over to the corner. I'm going to eat some of their cheap pizza, and I'm going to cover my legs with my peacoat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit there and look like somebody knitting, like granny on the couch or something. Shirley says, good morning, hon. Love starting my day with you. Don't you? Don't you love it? I love starting my day with you. I love starting my day with all you guys. Because, look, it's so funny, man. Like, you can just laugh. You can just laugh and have a great time. And then Mix it in with a little bit of fire and fury, a little bit of howling at the sun. Because we're children of the night. Sorry about that. We are children of the light. We are children of the light. We are people of the day. Yes. Yeah, in the comments, that means they're too tight. That is one indication. Is that the noise that all leather pants make when it's just too tight? All right. What's this? Man's pet geese. Okay, we saw this, but I didn't comment on it. Come with him to the pub wearing special nappies. Did they have to use the term nappies? Oh, okay, I'm so sorry for this guy. Yes! Look at his face! And look at his boots! And look at those geese, dude. Those are some big geese. You know, if I had pet geese that were that big and dope looking, I might want to take them around. You know what I'm saying? Just maybe. But we got to find out. This guy might be an agent, you know. He might be an agent of the Animal Uprising, of the Animal Farm Battalion. Sven Kirby, 34, is regularly spotted walking the birds named Norbert and Beep Beep. Okay. I wonder, you know, knowing him, he probably goes beep beep. He makes that noise instead of going beep beep. Beep beep. Around the streets of Leeds. And the odd trio have now branched out into socializing in their local. Sven, who lives on his own, would you guys imagine it any other way? You're like, oh, Sven, 34, the guy with the 2 geese at the bar. Oh, he's not leaving his wife and kids back at home when he does that? I'm amazed. I'm really surprised by that. I know a goose is a strange pet, he said, but it's something different that I've wanted for a while. I love the 2 of them. They're brilliant characters. You know, yes, dude, this is the thing. They're brilliant. They are brilliant. And that should actually make you a little bit worried because you don't know what they are doing, right? They're okay with you, right? I know it says here that he puts them in a cage while he's at work and stuff, but they're brilliant, man. You don't know if they figured out how to pick the lock. You never know. Sven first got the idea of keeping geese a few years ago when he was in York visiting his then girlfriend. Boo, yeah, it's not sounding good. Not sounding good for Sven. And saw some waddling along the riverbank. Have you ever, I guess I can relate to that, walking by the riverbank, seeing some geese and saying, dang, dude, I'd like to have them buggers as some pets right now. He said, my ex wasn't too keen on the idea. Ladies in the chat, what do you think? What would you do if you and your man are taking a nice romantic stroll down at the park and you're seeing a bunch of geese and you're like, oh, maybe we should go feed them things. And he's like, what if we just grabbed a couple and took them home? You know what I mean? If we just took them home with us, she's like, what? I was thinking feed them and leave them. And he's like, no. I mean, like every day we could just feed them at home. Don't you want that? Yeah, she got out of there quick. Yeah. Right here. She wasn't too keen on the idea. So when we broke up, I decided it was my chance to finally do it. See, really, he broke up with her for the chance to do this. He's like, he remembered that conversation. It stuck with him for a very long time. Beep Beep was named after the sound the bird makes. Does it really make that noise? They are giant exhibition dewlap. How do you pronounce that? Is it Toulouse? Toulouse geese? Which are often bred for foie gras, meaning they're used to being handled and therefore generally docile. They can live for up to 40 years, dude. Wow. They might outlive this guy. You know what I'm saying? They might. You don't know. I mean, I guess I didn't even think about that. It's crazy. They don't require much exercise and have a diet 80% made up of grass. That's how we know, guys, it is definitely New World Order. Definitely New World Order. Oh, man. All the elitists are sitting there trying to figure out how to get us all to eat grass and insects and all that stuff. And they're like, they need to stop eating all that meat. Oh, they need to eat the grass like cows. Or this guy's geese. That's how they're going to get us, guys. It's how they're going to get us. However, they can't be potty trained. Oh, no. Dude, that is the deal killer. And for indoors, his whole house has to just be covered in newspaper. So he does have to put them in specially made goose nappies. So nappies, dude, that's okay, diapers. They're wearing diapers. Shipped in from America. Of course America would do this. Oh, you let me down, America. You let me down all the time. Ah, odds and ends. Chicken nugget in space. What? Why would people do this? Are we where? Chicken nugget in space and other offbeat offerings. Oh, there it is. There it is, guys. Yeah, that's up. Okay, that's pretty high. Why isn't that thing like totally like freezing cold? You know what I'm saying? It's got to be pretty cold, right? To celebrate its 50th anniversary, UK-based supermarket company Iceland Foods sent a single chicken nugget, just one, 33,528 meters into space. According to the Irish News, the breaded deep-fried chicken snack was launched in temperatures of negative 60 Celsius. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. It's looking kind of toasty. It's looking kind of warm. I'm wondering if it's real. You know? You just don't know what you can believe anymore. All that green screen crap. I've seen some videos. I've seen a lot, man. I go to the dark side. I've seen basically any video on almost any conspiracy that you can imagine. You know, I've watched hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. Some of them long, these documentary features, you know, about the craziest conspiracy stuff. I watch it, and to be fair, sometimes it's like, whoa, I don't really know how to explain that. That's weird. Why did that person just vanish into a green screen? What's up with that? What is up with that thing? Why are those bubbles coming out of that guy's helmet? You know? Yeah. It took about 2 hours for the nugget to reach more than 33,000 meters above the Earth. Oh, they even have a video. I wonder if it'll let me play it, though. Yeah, see, I just don't know if that's real, guys. Oh. That is a beautiful chicken nugget, though. Oh. It's a peace offering to the aliens, guys. I don't know if you guys have been watching Tucker. I love that guy, man, but come on, man. Come on, man. He's getting some weirdos on there now. And he's like, you know, do you guys have any information? And you're like, we're going to come out with it shortly. It's going to be here. And he's like, whoa. You can see it in his face that he's like, somebody's getting fired. A rare Ghoulden Retriever. Only seen around Halloween. Watch ROFL video. Look at this thing. It's like a strange mix of cute and what the heck is that? I've got some suspicions as to maybe some men's clubs that sheeted dog might be part of. I don't want to say what that is, but I'm kind of wondering. But they got some pictures of the little paw in the air saying, oh no. Oh, he's been watching really dark YouTube videos. That's what he's been doing. He's gone down that rabbit hole, guys. He's gone down the rabbit hole. A rare Ghoulden Retriever, this is over NDTV, is currently winning hearts on social media for being more adorable and scary. We're going to see this video here. Suspenseful music plays as the door is opened to reveal Leo, the Ghoulden Retriever, dressed in a ghostly costume. A white bedsheet with holes cut out for his nose and eyes. Dude, what am I saying? Dude, are you hearing me? You got to figure, man. We've always known that dogs are a little bit waifist. We've always known it. But according to, critical animal studies, you don't want to discipline or correct them on that. Just let them be themselves. Let them be their racist selves. Let's see here. But even the bedsheet can't hide the amount of cuteness. dude, who wrote this? Who wrote this? Sonya. I knew it was I'm sorry, ladies. I've read news articles for so long. I can kind of tell, you know what I'm saying? When it's a lady who wrote something. Even a policy, you know, you have some kind of statement that comes out from a company or whatever. You can kind of tell, or even commercials. Like what was the one commercial, man? Was it Chic? What was it? The one that was just multiple, in fact, that are just bashing men and traditional masculinity. They call anything traditional toxic because they're weirdos. They're dystopian, deconstructionist weirdos. They want to ruin society. It's what they want to do. Because the idea in their brain, they're like, look, I've got this vision in my brain. It's never been done before. I have no examples of how this is going to work out or what the ramifications or blowback might be. But it looks really good in my brain. Can I force it on you? Oh, I can't. I'm going to do it anyway. That's what they do. So, okay, we're going to see this little guy. Let's see. I don't want to miss out on anything. So there we go. Oh, watch on Instagram. Boo. Okay. Look at his face. Okay. Okay, was this underwhelming? Was this underwhelming? Look at him. He does not look happy at all. He's like, why are you doing this to me? I've been working really hard to get over my racism. All the dogs have been getting on my case. I went to a 12-step program to stop barking at mailmen and stuff, you know. And all of a sudden now you want to put this on me? You don't understand. Maybe critical animal studies is onto something. Woman reveals that her boyfriend doesn't wipe his backside. Dude, who? Tom Wood. Of course. Look at Tom. Of course. Here, I got to scroll it up here so you guys can actually see Tom. Here we go. Yeah, we got a woman revealed this. A woman on Reddit has shared her disgust at realizing that her boyfriend doesn't wipe his backside after he's been for a poo. And the reason why he believes he doesn't have to. What in the world, guys? What is happening? Why? In a post shared on the website, which we'll just for the sake of argument assume is genuine. Okay, well, let's assume it. There's a possibility. The woman explained how her boyfriend told her that his high fiber diet means that wiping is completely unnecessary. Oh my gosh, ladies, what would you do? Like, would that be like right away, like calling your family? I need you guys to pick me up. Bring the U-Haul. Oh man. Oh my gosh, guys. Have you ever known anybody like this? The 28-year-old doesn't use a bit or anything else. He just does his business, pulls up his trousers, and gets on with his day. Shameful behavior, really. Oh, dude. Quote, the other day I read out loud a thread about someone whose boyfriend didn't wipe his butt after pooping and would get streak stains on his underwear. I expected him to laugh, but he just kind of stared at me for a second and said, well, it's because he doesn't get enough fiber. Hold on. You just gotta imagine the situation. Oh, she continued. I asked what he meant, and he was like, if you have enough fiber, you have solid poop. It breaks off cleanly, and you don't need to wipe. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing stars. Oh, hold on. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, okay. I'm okay. Oh, I was stunned. Man, this is good, guys. Oh, man. I was stunned. Sometimes he likes to troll me. So I thought that was the case, but he was dead serious. I kept insisting that there's always going to be some residue and that you would need to use toilet paper. And he just got mad and said, I need to take fiber supplements. Oh, and that she was projecting. I was just going to drop it. But he went grocery shopping the other day and brought home some fiber supplements. Oh, the story goes on. He laughed and said I should be glad that he chips into the cost of toilet paper since I'm the only one who needs it. I don't know if this guy he's like the worst guy in the world, and he's like the champion of trolling for the day. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, deep breath, guys. Oh, deep breath. I said I was really grossed out by him not wiping, and I felt very unattracted to him since. Is she on to this? I mean, is this true? Like, if you knew this was really going on, you know, you walk in, you brushing your teeth, because, you know, spouses and stuff like that happens, you know. So you walk inside, you go in the bathroom, and you're doing that, and you kind of look over, and, you know, the Duke is happening, and then he stands up and just pulls his pants up and walks out, and you're like, ugh. Like, and then later he's like, hey, baby, you know, let's get intimate. Would you, like, hand him baby wipes or something? What would you do? Would you give him something to help? I want to tell him this, but I know he'll just get mad and make fun of me. Should I drop the subject? This is a good question, guys. What would you advise for this person to do? What would you do? Should I just drop the subject or insist that he start wiping? I don't want our sex life to suffer, and I'm tired of him talking about effing fiber. But now I'm wondering if I am just acting crazy. What do you guys think? Let's get this out of the way real quick. You're not acting crazy. Okay. That is gross. And this dude needs to do that. And, you know, it's kind of one of those, you know, it's a false choice. You know, it's your options are greater than just, you know, dropping the subject and insisting that he start wiping. You know, there's other things you can do. You know, I'm not going to go into all of them. I would rather not. In the comment section, society is doomed. Future leader right there. Probably. He probably works. He's probably working for the government. He's probably got a government job. Oh. He would have said that, and I would be, yeah. If he would have said that, I'd be out. Not later. Right that minute, I would have left. Bethany says, oh my goodness, gross. Wipe your butt, sicko. Yeah, Ailey says, everyone wipes. Hey, look, in fairness, not everybody. Apparently, this guy, maybe he's part of a club. Maybe that guy from that nasty food convention. Remember that guy that was talking about how he gnaws on urine-infested mattresses and stuff? I can imagine that guy being in this group. Probably a private Facebook group or something. This isn't funny. This is more to show you guys, like, how to detect something that's fake. This went viral. This lady here is making a lot of money, and everybody's sharing it, going, oh my gosh, did you see the thing move in the background? And they're all like flipping out over it. I want you guys to just know right away, you can spot a fake. Okay, you can spot a fake, and you can spot something that's totally rigged. And we're going to see this here. We're going to see this, okay? So here she is. I think her name is like Anna Banana or something like that. Of course, a TikToker. And here she is. She's looking patriotic, though. You know, she might be MAGA'd out. I don't want to rag on her too harshly. But this is a little bit fakey fake. And right away, we're seeing in the opening screen, before she does the intro, you can see this. Can you spot the reason why you can anticipate that something is going to happen in the background? I wish I had that Jeopardy music, but I'd get so busted. You know, it's one of those things. If you play Jeopardy music, dude, copyright claim big time. Blam, fast. Because it's so recognizable. Yeah. But can you tell? In the comments, let me know if you can tell. How do you know right from the get-go that something is going to happen in the background? Now watch the background.
So for today's drink,
Did you see it? I'll show it one more time. I wonder if we can get even closer. Can we get even closer than that? There we go. There we go. So here's the background. We're going to go ahead and rewind that just a tad. Just a smidge. Okay, so here's the curtain. Right? Look at the curtain. And look at the amount of space. I'm going to give you a big hint here. Look at the amount of space between her hand and how she's half off the camera. Why? Why not just make it a long way? Why do the tall version? Is that a TikTok thing? I don't know. You know, it might be. It might be a TikTok thing. So she's like having to be off the screen. But she's not centered and she's trying to show you something. And she's like, hey, look up in the top right, corner of this with a big gaping empty blank nothingness. Right? And the doors opened up and everything else. And it's like, what is that showing there for? Why even have that curtain in the middle? Look at how rigged that is. Now watch. Oh, I didn't go back far enough. Hold on.
So for today's drink.
See it? Now, she looks genuinely scared. But you can't really tell. But the curtain's all moving around. Something's behind it. Something is behind that curtain. But here's the thing. Why? And look, maybe it's always possible. Maybe she just thinks it's cool to be over on that side. And maybe she thinks it's cool to have the door open with the curtain hanging right down the center of that. You have to put it there. You have to put it there. And it's right there for everyone to see. We're going to go ahead and just start all the way over one more time. Sorry for taking so long on this. But tell me if you can see it, because I want to be able to have everybody see it. Okay? I'll put it over here so you can see the curtain a little bit better. And we'll get it down. So here we go. Watch that curtain. It's hanging down.
So for today's drink.
And then just enough time to run and jump. And look at the shadow. You can see the shadow. Anyway, somebody gave that to me. Somebody gave that to me. That's terrible. I'm arachnophobic, and there was a spider. We're watching something spooky, and I don't even know if that thing's dead. Oh, I think I see it. Oh! No! No! Oh my gosh! Out of the corner of my eye, man, I'm seeing this thing come down the wall, and all of a sudden I'm looking over, and that bugger's... I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You know, I'm... Dude, I just killed that. Look, it's a property rights thing, guys. It is a property rights thing. You're in my property. You're in my property. Oh... Dude, I can't believe it, man. Dude, that bugger's dead. I am so sorry, guys. And I try to say, hey, if spiders, are outside or if in different parts, let them go. Let them go. But you're coming by me, dude, while I'm on the air. No, dude. Oh, I am really. Oh, yeah. By the way, guys, that wasn't fake. That is not fake. Oh my gosh, man. Oh. Well, I know I started a little bit late. Let me see here. We're going to pick one or the other of this. Well, maybe we've only got a couple more. We'll just stick with these. Why not? Why not? Okay. Schoolgirl pretends that she's possessed to get out of exam. Has terrifying exorcism. Have you guys ever, what's the craziest excuse that you have ever made to get out of an exam? What's the craziest thing? I knew of a guy one time who wanted to get out of work and called into work and said he had crabs. Oh, said that he had some crabs. So, what's the craziest thing that you've ever done? Let me know in the comment section. We'll go through that. By the way, in the comment section, burn the house down. Spiders are horrific. Yeah. Sorry, we got to go, guys. Castle Paleocrat's done. We're finished. We're through. I just don't know. If there's one, there's a bunch. It's probably a spy. That's probably what's going on here. It's a big spy, and I just cut off the feed to the international station where all of the spiders are monitoring the fact that we're monitoring them. It's an arms race. It's an arms race, especially because we caught on to the pigeons with their cameras and stuff. We busted that bugger, saw him in that one video of the CIA, which you gotta go see. That is the rectal toolkit. Okay, so this chick really did do that. She really did. Oh, and here's a video of it. So there's no audio for this thing, apparently. I had a bunch of homework due the next day and a test I didn't study for. I basically wanted to go home because I didn't do my homework and didn't study instead of getting whooped. I said, well, what if I was possessed? Oh, and she started making, like, her face do weird things on there. Right? Weird effects and stuff like that. Wow, dude. Yeah, why would she think that would work? She's like, well, I've seen a lot of videos. I've seen a lot of videos. I've watched a lot of movies, and their faces make weird things. It's obviously not an effect on my phone. And you know that the teacher's like, girl, I've got that on Messenger. I got the same thing. I can do it right back. Don't you see my eyeballs? Yeah, apparently, and she didn't even do good on the test. Apparently, she did terrible on the test. Matthias, bonjour. Yes, bonjour to you. Bonjour to you, Matthias. Shirley says, my nephew is in charge of false information for getting workman's comp, and a guy told him he broke his thing at work. True story. I broke it. I broke it. Okay, buddy. Did you go to the doctor for that? Did you get a doctor slip? Politician stuffed 4,500 pounds in the underpants he was wearing during raid. What is going on? Why are people always shoving stuff like that in the pants? You know, I don't mean to get like, take the low road today with this stuff. It just seems like a lot of people are going that way. And we really do. Sometimes we need to watch the video. I don't know if there's a video, but to revisit the fact that the front man, the guy who was the front man for Stone Temple Pilots, gets pulled over, and he's got the crack pipe doing the thing. His pants are kind of down. He's like, get in there. Get in there. And he's like, I can't. I've already got the toolkit in there. We should have learned that a long time ago. Isn't that something you learn? Yeah, but Senator Chico Rodriguez insists that he's innocent and that he will prove that I have nothing to do with any illicit act. Yeah. Okay. He asked, so these people are investigating him. They come in. He asks if he can go to the bathroom. And according to the police report, an officer noticed a large rectangular bulge under the senator's shorts as he walked off. You never know what that is. You never know. Found inside his underwear near his buttocks were stacks of money that totaled 2,000 pounds. Oh, he was targeted as part of an investigation into the alleged misappropriation of COVID-19 funds. He insists that, we're combating corruption. He says, he's going to take this on. He's going to prove that he's innocent. All right. Now, on to some more serious news, guys. We are coming in pretty soon to the second hour. We're almost there. So quick announcement, real quickly. Make sure, if you love the show, and we know that you do, because we have such great stories. I mean, seriously, who else is doing these amazing stories, keeping you up to date with the most important news? It's super important. This is very, very important news. If you love what you see, make sure to go to Paleocratdiaries.com. And if you go to Paleocratdiaries.com, we have a whole bunch of stuff. We have an all post tab. You should just click that. We got to reformat things because I created the website back before I knew I was going to be doing any show like this. And so I have it set up in a different way, with speeches, and I'll probably still keep that, speeches and mockumentaries and stuff like that. I'll keep that for Paleo Naughty and all that. I'm let down because I told you guys I had it on good authority that there was going to be a new release from Paleo Naughty, a new expose, and never came out. Not yet. It's still, I heard that it's just some technical issues going on with that. There's a lot of, encryption and other things that go on so that nobody gets outed as the person or people making it. And so there's a lot that goes into that. But when it's here, you're going to find it there. We may play it here, of course, because this is a video show. And so we'll be able to play that expose of Paleo Naughty. So we'll go ahead and do that. But I'm going to switch up the site to make it more in line kind of with the mission of what we're doing here, including the store, which should be up today. I believe that it should be activated today. There's only a couple things more that it needed. I think our very first thing that we're putting out is the Wretchen Gretchen image. And you can actually get it put on a cup or a shirt, I think a bag, a pin, a sticker. I think there's a whole bunch of different things. And it's basically the whatever image you have that you want to put on any of these things, you can purchase and kind of customize on your own. That should be activated today. We're going to find out. I'll let you know. Ailey is on it, and she's really good. And she's keeping on my tail about what I need to do because I'm a tough guy to get going. But make sure to go paleocratdiaries.com. Subscriptions are completely free. And we don't spam, although, to be honest, catching up to where we are now. We're caught up now. Okay, we're caught up. But in the effort to catch ourselves up with where we were, I uploaded, I think, like 3 a day, one day, and then I think one day was like 5. So the people who are subscribed may have, on 1 or 2 days, gotten multiple notifications. But the goal is now to get 1 or 2, depending on if it's, if we're updating stuff about, and we might just update it as like the day, right? And say like, well, here's this day, like a diary entry, and then all of the things for that day can be tucked in. But that does make it a little bit more difficult to share for targeted sharing. Things to do, if you want to target share a video or target share a blog, that you'd have to have it kind of tucked in with a bunch of other diary entries. And so we're figuring all that out. But subscription's free. And membership, of course, all of the money that we make through this program goes directly to my children. It goes to a fund that helps to pay and offset the payments required for our kids to attend Sacred Heart Academy. I will today, I will put on here, in fact, when I'll have it as a link, and I will also just put the video right into the website of a promo that was done. It's inspirational. It's so powerful, and you'll see, and you can feel it. You can feel what the school is like. You can, just watching it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, like I want to buy this cup and help this family right now. And so, but membership's $5 a month. Okay. And if that's something that you can do and something that you say, look, I want to support the show. And there are other people who've supported, we have some donors that have bigger donations, even monthly donations. And there's all different ways to do that. But there is a membership page. And when the site gets transformed, as we're working on now, there will be special things that go directly to people who are members, especially if you've been a member for a certain period of time. And we can track that. So we can see how long you've been with us, how much you've given over time, and give special products to people. And so we'll be reaching out to you. So make sure to check out paleocratdiaries.com. All right. Now, actually, you know what? Let's transition to this thing here. Well, no, I'm so sorry. Before we get into the serious news, because some of you may have missed it yesterday. Some of you may have missed this. Dude, we got to play Wolfie's song. We got to do it, man. We got to do it. I don't even know if my wife heard this. I don't know if she did. Ailey was over at the hospital yesterday, and I played it, and she wasn't able to tune into the entire thing. And so we're going to go ahead and play it. So make sure, everybody, right now, hurry up, grab your cup of coffee. Okay, raise it high. If you're eating some cereal or some oatmeal, raise that spoon, right? Big, huge spoonful of stuff. Raise it high to the sky. Determine in your heart that you're going to make this the absolute best day you can. You're going to give it everything you've got, no matter what comes your way, because we don't know. We don't know what's going to come our way. We don't know. It could be great. It could be sad. It could be glad. It could be an ordinary day. But no matter what, we posture ourselves right now as men and as women of the light to say these are evil times, but we will not cave in. Why? Because we're a Wolfpack, and this is Wolfpack Wednesdays. Here we go. Hold on a second. Main banner. There we go. Drink it down good, guys. We got to get supercharged. It's like a magic star from Mario Brothers coming up right now. Turn that baby up. Come on. Guys, we're a wolf pack. Ow! Dude, I love this. Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys and this very professional show. Right? Because we have fun. TRN/ says, it's evening where I am, so I'm raising up a burger. Dude, yes, raise it high, man. Raise that burger high to the sky. Squeeze it, man, so the grease is dripping down. And then after you get done howling, you can howl at the moon. You can howl at the moon. And it's evening where you are, man. Dude, I'm happy to hear this. That means, dude, you're on a different side of the planet. Very happy that you are tuned in, man. Yes. I'm hoping, I'm saying, man, I'm not entirely sure you're a dude, I shouldn't make that assumption, man. We have a lot of the ladies, a lot of the very intelligent, only the really intelligent and motherly and hyper attractive ones, right? Getting more attractive and more intelligent every single day, tuning into the show. KMO says, just tuned in. Is Charlie Brown a white supremacist now? Dude, well, yes, but I don't. Here's the thing. I don't think that is what this is about. Okay. I think that this is actually just a scheme by Apple. I have I have an Apple computer. I have an iMac, right? And I've got a MacBook and I have an iPhone. But I got to admit, man, I'm getting pretty tired of the company, and even the product, man. I started getting upset with the product when it's like, oh, you have to buy these different headphones that have a weird adapter on the end, right? Like the charging adapter instead of just a regular set of headphones. And if you want to use a regular set of headphones, your favorite set of headphones, you have to plug it into this adapter. So you got to purchase different things now. And apparently now you have to purchase multiple different things. And they're saying it's for the environment. Which is hilarious, man, because there's a great meme that talks about how that's the most ridiculous argument in the world. Yes, TRN says, all the way from Kerala, India. Yes, you're a dude. All right, a dude in India. Brother, man. Yes. Man, you made my morning. I'm really happy to hear that, dude, that you're over in India. Think about this, guys. This is a great thing. People from India tuning into the show, listening to it as they're eating burgers. Can our mornings get any better than this? Yeah. Charlie Brown holiday specials will not air on network TV for the first time in half a century. This is by Lacey James over at WBCKFM.com. Lacey's a really cool person, by the way. Her husband, your husband does some really cool stuff over at, he did. I don't know, because I don't live in that town any longer. But doing some really cool stuff, man. These kind of segments about happenings and everything. And it's just really cool couple. Really cool couple. All right. For the first time in many of our lives, the Charlie Brown holiday specials will not be aired on network television. For 55 years, we've enjoyed watching Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the gang delve into each holiday, searching for the true meaning as well as the childlike confusion of a great pumpkin, searching for the most sincere pumpkin patch. And we've watched it for free on network television. This year, however, the beloved classic has a new home. Apple's subscription-based TV platform, Apple TV Plus, will now be home for all things Peanuts. Now, there is a caveat to this because they've got different specials, okay? They've got Mother's Day, they've got all different ones, right? That they've got. And so, Thanksgiving, they've got Halloween, Christmas specials. And what I've heard is that they're actually going to make it so that during a limited time, it's going to be free. So you won't need to get a subscription to watch it during that very limited time frame. But if you want to watch it beyond that, you're going to have to pay a subscription. And somebody in the comment section brought up the idea, and asked, is it because Charlie Brown is racist? And that was an accusation made. Wasn't it the Thanksgiving? What's the name of the Thanksgiving movie for Charlie Brown? Yeah, people were saying that's racist, and they were like, oh, well, look, the black kid is kind of like, over on this side, and he doesn't have, forks or knives or whatever, utensils. It was some kind of argument that he's being isolated and othered in that. I mean, just totally absurd. These people are looking everywhere. That's all they see. We're going to talk about that and why that's happening. Why is it that these people literally are seeing racism in everything in the world? They can look at it. Doesn't matter what it is. It's a complex, guys. It's a complex. Every single thing that they look at, they see racism somewhere, everywhere, all the time. Nothing can just be what it is. It all has to be part of this big conspiracy. And people got to call them out on it. We do that here. So I'm really grateful. I didn't know. Okay, yeah, it's right here. Okay, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving will debut on Apple platform on November 18th and stream for free from November 25th through November 27th. Okay, good. Yeah. And the Christmas special will have a free window from December 11th to December 13th. Really? Come on, man. They're like, we don't want to get it too close to Christmas. They want to maximize the old loot. That's upsetting, guys. So I'm really glad, though. I'm really glad that Lacey James sent that. Thank you for keeping us up to date with what is going on, Lacey. You do great work, by the way. Keeping us all informed. Speaking of keeping informed, election 2020 news, Liz Warren holds enthusiastic rally for sleepy Joe Biden in front of 8 supporters, but 2 of them are too young to vote. Look at this. Look at this very enthusiastic rally, guys. See, there's a lot going on here. If you look closely, there's a lot going on here. For one, that little guy, it seems like, they're really close to each other. They are not socially distanced. Everybody else is kind of obeying the rule a little bit. It looks like some people might be within maybe 3 feet of each other. Kind of reminds me of, I went out to breakfast with the boys, with my brothers. Went out to breakfast with them one time not too long ago over near Kalamazoo. In fact, I miss it, man. We got to get together. We got to have more events and get together. Starting to have some withdrawals, fellas. But the thing is that we go for breakfast and we wanted to sit in this different area, right? We didn't want to be kind of tucked in this corner. And so we asked, and they said, yeah, the waitress said, yeah, you can sit kind of in the center area and everything. So we moved these tables, these, small tables for 4, one chair on each side. We squished them together and we got around. There was like 8 of us or something, so, 7 or 8 guys. So we get around the table and all of a sudden, manager comes out and she's like, guys, you can't do that. Violating fire code. Now she supported it, so I don't want to throw her under the bus. She supported us, right? She was like, look, I wish that we could just do that. It's ridiculous. But the fire marshal, they come in and she came out with a little measuring tape. And moved everything apart to just make sure that it wasn't even within an inch. There was no eyeballing this. These people are definitely eyeballing it and they're failing. Where's the fire marshal? Where's Fire Marshal Bill when you need him? Where is he? Obviously, Fire Marshal Bill is not at the Elizabeth Warren rally. But then again, neither was anybody else, with the exception of, 8 people. Because nobody cares. Because Fauxahontus is garbage. Nobody cares about this lady. She's totally fake. She's fake on a bazillion levels. Even the people who loved her before don't love her anymore. They're like, Native Americans are like, oh, come on, man, you were lying about us. You were saying you're one of us. You even did the blood work test and it proved that you're, Donald Trump has more Native American blood than you. You used it to benefit at Ivy League and stuff. And then when she ran, she made all these promises and stuff. And a lot of progressives that only knew select things about her, from kind of what's being pitched in the mainstream to prop her up as a real woman of the people and not some crazy elitist. They started realizing, wow, man, she's an elitist, crazy loon bird. And yeah, she went down in flames. Remember when there was like 5 seconds where the media thought, Elizabeth Warren is going to be the candidate? Remember that? Her in those ugly sweaters. Was she wearing a sweater in this one? Nah, maybe. You can't tell. Let's see. Developing Ukraine lawmaker says government has seized second laptop belonging to Hunter Biden's business contacts. Oh, man. See, I would read that, guys, but I don't know how to read. Let me see here. Symbols. I have no clue. I tried learning Russian. That's another reason people are like, oh, he's a Russian asset. Oh my gosh, he's on the payroll for Putin. And I'm like, dude, no, just because I go, in those cold swims with Putin, and just because I've been horseback riding with Putin and riding atop of bears and stuff like that, does not mean that I am some kind of a traitor that is being paid on the DL. Been too long, man, since that whole you're a Russian shill. It's been too long, guys. They took their eye off the ball. Nasty Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer displays kill Trump symbolism in background during Sunday interview. Here's the other thing, guys. Now, did she say that? 8645. And what is that all about, by the way, guys? Yeah, right below her, respect. What is that? Is this 8645? What does she mean by that, by the way? Has she said yet what she meant? And look, we just got done looking at a video where a girl is kind of not centered so that you can see. Now maybe they took a clip of this and just showed that part. Not entirely sure, but 8645, that stands out. That would be inciting violence if true. The Art of the Meme writes, Russia, Russia, Russia. It's always Russia. I'm shocked Whitmer isn't blaming Russia. Well, she watched how Schiff has just gone down in flames. And it's hilarious because Schiff goes out. I don't know if you guys saw this. Schiff goes out. And he's like, well, obviously, this whole thing about the laptop is a Russian scam. And you're like, dude, it's a freaking laptop. It is a laptop. What was it, in Delaware? For months? Anybody could have got it. In fact, legally, categorically, wasn't it abandoned property at that point? Russia did it. Yeah, and then what, DOJ, FBI, all of them come out and say, yeah, the Hunter Biden thing, nothing to do with any kind of, the tiddlywinks Russia campaign to try to manipulate elections. That whole narrative is garbage. It was garbage from the get-go. And look, the intelligence assessment, which, by the way, phony, baloney, nonsense, all of that stuff, years old stuff, and the way that they put that Mr. Potato Head together should scare the living daylights out of you. Because when the intelligence community, remember that? Oh, all the intelligence communities, remember? Oh yeah, this is like 17 of them. Oh my gosh, all of them agree with this. They all signed off on this. And you go, dude, really? Number one, no. Number two, this is garbage. It was saying that people who are dissatisfied with the two-party system and and by the two-party system doesn't mean that they have a very nuanced view that says, well, Here's my view on why third parties need to be added in, although it included them. But even just saying that the establishment that runs the DNC and the GOP, that they're detached, that somehow was fake, or that it's not really a big deal. Dude, polls have been indicating this for years. I've been covering this for years. And when they described the groups and the kinds of people that are involved in that they were accusing of perpetuating Russian disinformation, it described people like moi. Shows like mine. People like you. Outrageous. Exclusive new photo shows Hunter Biden's indicted business partner, Devin Archer, meeting with Joe Biden in his VP office. You know, here's the thing, guys. Over and over and over, Joe Biden is saying, oh, no, I never met these guys. I never talked to my son about his business dealings. We have photographic evidence that is just simply not true. He lied. He lied. He said, I've never talked to my son about the business dealings. Never. And it brings up stupid stuff like a guy yesterday. He comes onto my Twitter. The guy's a troll. He posts like a couple times a year. I'm starting to wonder if he's stalking me a little bit. This guy, I believe he's from England. Because that's the kind of stuff that he focuses on anyway, for the most part. But all of a sudden, he vanished for like 2 years. And then all of a sudden, he pops back up. And he's got this curious interest in me and in stuff that I've shared. And one of the things he comments on the title. And by the way, I don't make the titles that go out. It's the manager of the network that does that, Jonathan. And so I don't always have say over how that is framed. He kind of does that for me. Kind of like how people do with books sometimes, right? And other things. Maybe not with the title of books, but, but the thing is that he gets on there and it says something like, is Trump winning? Or, is kind of like, has this destroyed the Biden campaign, this fake stuff? And he writes back, he replies and says that he fixed the headline by saying that, yes, Trump is now beating Biden with obviously fake, made-up news. And he's insinuating that all of this stuff and this whole scandal is fake. And I reminded him, I said, look, you might be the kind of person who doesn't mind going down that super dupe stupid rabbit hole, that path to destruction that you did in 2016 when you denied the authenticity of Wikileaks. And you said, don't look at that Russian disinformation. Don't look. Close your eyes. Put on the horse blinders. And you look like a dummy because it is verifiable. And I'm like, dude, number one, you're a random anon, right? You're a total weirdo. And apparently you are a magic man. You're a psychic. Because you're able to figure out something that nobody else is. And that's how something that's real is actually fake. Of course, no evidence at all. Just, this is fake. This is fake. And you're going to see this, guys. Just know ahead of time. That way you don't get angry. Because you know ahead of time. You're like, dude, it's almost like, they're the agents in the Matrix. And they're punching. And anybody watching this show is like Neo. Just do. Really slowly. Like it ain't no thing. Like everything's just in slow motion for us. Because we see it a mile away. And we go, oh, you called it fake? Okay, gotcha. Got you. Weirdo. Verifiable, cuckoo. And it's amazing because he did that. I said, look, you might be okay with this, but I don't think that egg on the face is a good look for you. And lo and behold, later that day, breaking, dun 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 dun, DOJ, FBI come out. And what do they say? The information that random home slice, said was fake is not only real, but it ain't Russian. It's easy, man. How did this get in here? What is this? Okay. Yeah, we're seeing the implosion. This was sent to me. This was sent to me by a friend and a listener. And let's hear what it says here. You can see that it's AOC. I was a little bit confused, I thought maybe, we were talking about Uncle Adolf. So it looks like what is that smudge, dude? Is it like there's something wrong with this thing. Hold on, let's see. Oh! No, look, hey. Oh, no. Oh, I'm in trouble now, guys. People say that I'm controversial. Come on. I'm a huggable, lovable kind of guy. I was the third member of Crisscross. You just didn't see me, right? I was the third member. Go look. Do a Google search for the third member of Crisscross. You'll see me, guys. You'll see me. I'm in the background, I think, in some of the videos. Oh, I'm a huggable, lovable kind of guy. But the idea, so the hand motions and all of that, that's actually an art, though. I got to say that. And it's, one of the few things that you can say. You can say good things even about Uncle Adolf and say, yeah, there were some, there's some not redeeming qualities per se, but something that can be instructive. Anybody who's done public speaking knows, even if they don't like to say it out loud, even if they're afraid, they're like, dude, I don't want to say that because then people are going to think that I'm what? Or that I want to do, lots of, to a lot of, who. No, you're talking about a person's speaking style and how their hands move and coordination. His body was a symphony of movement. It was a symphony of movement. And that's why he was mesmerized. That's why he could mesmerize huge audiences of people. He knew how to do speaking. He knew how to do it. He knew communication, and not just with the inflection, the dramatic pauses, the posturing, everything else, but the hand motions. Now, she might be flailing around a little much, and the, what do they call that, man? Is it toothbrush mustache? Doesn't look as good on her. It didn't look good on him either. It's one of those stashes that nobody really likes. Nobody really likes that, and it's just become identified with who. All right. Biden campaign pulls ad after truth about wealthy Michigan bar owner is exposed by conservative media. Yesterday, we wrote about Joe Malkoon, co-owner of the popular Blind Pig Bar in Ann Arbor, Michigan. He basically was saying that, this, oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, that's Ronald McDonald's twin sister on the right. Actually, that might be Ronald McDonald on the left. Ronald McDonald and his twin sister. Yeah. The truth is, Joe is a wealthy business owner because he was saying that he doesn't know if he can come back into business. He doesn't know. We don't know what we're going to do. But apparently he's a wealthy business owner and a large donor and fundraiser for the Democratic Party. And apparently on July 1st, he told Detroit Free Press that he and his business partners had other income sources and that the blind pig was just a passion project. Yeah. So they took it out. And then in June, due to low attendance, he decided to close it. And he admitted it in an MLive article. And his frustration over not being able to effectively communicate, quote, what it means to have a really socially distanced and live music show. That's kind of weird. It's almost like you were blaming the idea of your inability to communicate or people's ability to understand the idea of a socially distanced and live music show. Maybe because that's, antithetical. It's ridiculous. We decided it's not really worth trying. Dang. So they took it down. He said it was for security reasons. Yeah, right. Liar. Okay, we talked yesterday about why are schools teaching our kids social justice? What's this all about? Okay. And I talked about how there's a long con here. This is a long game. So we're going to discuss this. In fact, throughout the week, remainder of the week, we're actually going to do a couple segments. I want to mix this in because I believe that in order to launch a counterattack against this, we need to not only be able to understand what this is and what they're teaching, but how to counter it effectively, and not just to show the problems with it, but to provide the answer to it, right? Or alternatives to it that are far more reasonable. And that shouldn't be hard to do, but we need to be able to understand this. And some people think that it's just like, this little thing over here and this little policy over here, or this school over here doing this and this one doing that. This is a major program. Oh, I'll show these first. Let's go through these first, okay? To give you an example of what I mean by saying that this is an all-encompassing program, okay? So we'll start with Wheaton College. Wheaton College promotes anti-racism by interrogation. They have an entire section on its website dedicated to become anti-racist. Again, there's the Trojan horse. The website includes various resources and recommended practices of interrogating. Becoming an anti-racist means having an anti-racist agenda. Reads the school page. Isn't that true? Again, it's not just a policy. They should have said a worldview. It's a worldview. And that's why we call it a cult, because this is a religion. We're going to see in another article just how cultic it really is. And it's to the point where we can all just say, look, it is an actual cult, and we should treat it this way. These schools should be treated as though they are no different than the most racist colleges in the past, and they're admitting that they are, by the way, and that they're working on it. So we can say, okay, you're working on it, but we need to know. We need to know, have you really gotten over your grotesque degrees of racism? Have you or not? And what does it mean to get over that? Various recommended practices included an aspect of interrogation. One step encourages educators to interrogate your position, which begins with understanding white privilege. So that's the very first step. Again, you have to recognize that. That is the premise, right? That is the assumption that you make from the get-go. If you make that assumption, number one, you've got a bunch of other assumptions loaded into that you may not even be aware of. If people say that you have white privilege and you go, okay, I have white privilege, you've actually just accepted a lot more than what you think. You've accepted a host of other assumptions that together make sense of that. And without those assumptions, right? And they're not even questioned. This is begging the question like crazy. But without those things there, this doesn't make sense. Now, the person admitting that and saying, oh, I have white privilege, that person might not understand that right away. This is like an induction, right? This is their introduction, their baptism into it. And so they say they accepted this as a creed. They accept it. It's like asking Jesus into your heart, understanding white privilege. You say, yes, I have white privilege. You've accepted the fact. Okay, and let me take this back. That's not like accepting Jesus into your heart. It's accepting that you're a sinner. It's accepting that you're a sinner. And in fact, it's a very Calvinistic sense of being totally depraved, radically, right, to the core. And then you engage with critical race theory. So you say, okay, look, I am radically depraved, down to the radix, to the core of who I am. And I need help. I'm a sinner. What do I do? And someone says, well, in the past, you'd be like, well, hey, here's a Gideon's guy, right? Here's the Bible. And now they say, you got to engage with critical race theory. Here's a list of suggestions of books. Racism is often embedded. That's what the section explains. Racism is often embedded when we make assumptions about what students should be like. So you say, all right, what should a student be like? It's kind of weird, What they should know before your class begins. That's actually not very racist at all, because that's why we have high school. That's why we have it. And that's why we have where you have to apply to go to school. And so you say, okay, well, let's see, your GPA and stuff. Let's see how you did. Were you in college prep? What were you? Dude, I've been in all of these different classes, man. I've been in all these classes where we did fish bowls and stuff. You pass around what you wrote and you read what other people wrote and stuff like that. Dude, I have seen people who used 0 periods. None at all. None at all. There's actually more to that than you think. It actually has to do with social media, texting, stuff like that. And there's a significant number of people, young people in Generation Z and stuff, who really don't like hard stops, meaning like periods and stuff like that. They don't like that. It makes them uncomfortable. They think badly of you, like maybe there's a problem. Is there something going on? You used a period. But I've seen it where it's just a string of letters. You're lucky to have space between words. No capitalizations. And they're in college. I'm thinking, dude, of course you have to have this class. This person wouldn't be able to write a paper for the life of them. See, there's expectations. What comportment they should enact in their meeting with you, and the notions about their capacities to self-discipline. You know, that's one of those things. You know, it's tragic, actually, that there's not a sense that part of the process of you getting in is the idea that you have some capacity of self-discipline. Apparently, to think or demand as much is waiteth. University of Minnesota lecture. Actually, let me skip this one first, because that one I got to hit later. Christian colleges invite non-Christians to help develop Christian curriculum. The organization twice refused to answer College Fix's question about why it's inviting people outside the Christian faith to design a Christian curriculum and how it will ensure that the curriculum doesn't water down Christian teaching. This is a quote, College Fix. A spokesperson did not make an official available for an interview, but instead provided a written statement that largely repeats its messaging about the curriculum. The group could also couldn't define systemic racism, a phrase that appears on the first line of the request for proposals. And where is this? Well, what school? Oh, the Council for Christian Colleges and Universities. This is a group that represents about 150 institutions in North America. And they developed an online curriculum with Interfaith Youth Corps titled Christian Leadership in a Multi-Faith World. Yeah, this is fake. The statement also referenced a, quote, groundbreaking IFYC study from 2018, which showed that students who took part in activities that intentionally engaged religious diversity simultaneously deepened their commitment to their own religious identity. Have you ever known anybody who gets involved with the interfaith community who ends up being anything but a modernist? I'm being serious. It's like, look, I really got a lot deeper into my religion. They got deeper into Mr. Potato Head. Because their religion, they walked in probably with a Mr. Potato Head religion. Right? A silly putty gospel. They're playing with it, manipulating it like Play-Doh, rolling it around. I don't like this. I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like how it makes me feel on these certain issues. The Apostle Paul, come on, man. Jesus, come on, man. They're playing Mr. Potato Head. Not only does engaging religious diversity deepen one's own faith, fake, but in an increasingly diverse world, it's important that future Christian leaders increase their cultural competence. I accept that. And understand what is important to those around them in order to more effectively love and minister to others. There's a lot to unpack there. We're not going to do it here. We'll do it. We do it every day on the show. As with mentions of race in the rest of the curriculum materials, the organizations do not further specify what, quote, championing racial justice might look like. Of course they don't, because it is a Trojan horse. It is a Trojan horse. It's why they don't want you to read classics. They don't want you to be familiar with the classics at all. And the lessons that we've learned in history, because that is a deep lesson. But again, it's not an isolated situation. But if we see these articles, right, and see this one, and there's one more, I'm going to show you how it comes together. The idea that like, oh, well, here we go, you know, here's one thing over here and one thing over there, and we're failing to see the network, the ideas that bring them together and make sense of why we're seeing this stuff pop up everywhere. You want to talk about a pandemic? Yeah, man. Middle school teacher rips student for naming President Trump as the person he admires. This is a little bit hilarious. Perry Keithley, middle school, 6th grade teacher, Brendan Stanton, asked his virtual class this very question. This is according to thecollegefix.com. Who is the one person you admire and why? That's the question in quotations. According to mynorthwest.com, the male student answered, quote, I admire Donald J. Trump because he's making America great again and because he's the best president the United States of America could ever have. And he built the wall so terrorists couldn't come into the U.S. Trump is the best person in the world, and that's why I had to admire him. Now, I don't know if that's an exact quote. If it is, look, he's got it. There's a little bit going on here. The boy's mother, Elsie, entered the room to hear Stanton berating the president. Apparently, he was really, really angry. He said this, the example that was shared in the chat, which I went ahead and erased for us, was not appropriate, especially as that individual has created so much division and hatred between people and specifically spoken hatred to many different individuals, okay? Again, that individual has spoken hate to many individuals, and I don't think it's an appropriate example for a role model that we should be admiring. Who cares what you think, man? Who cares what you think? What a pansy. Isn't it weird how authoritarians are also pansies? We're going to find this out. Check this out. He gets busted. The mom calls. She's recorded it, by the way. He says, I do try to keep politics out of the classroom, because students have different opinions, right? But then she revealed that she witnessed what transpired. And his story changed. Oh, yeah. So he's trying to say, I was just doing it, to keep calm. And he says, I do apologize if my words were not perfect at the time. Do you see how he's trying to lessen the blow? They weren't perfect. Dude, they sucked. They were terrible. It wasn't that it wasn't perfect. He's like, I'm sorry that it wasn't an A+, and it was an A. That's what he's doing for himself. No, dude, that's a big fat F. You are terrible. If I said that Trump was hateful and divisive, that may have been what I used at the time, but my purpose was to bring us back to the conversation. I totally respect your son as an individual and his opinion. Dude, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. No, you don't. No, you don't, dude. And I don't respect your opinion. I don't respect you, actually. I guess in the broadest sense that you're a human made in the image of God, I have that. I'll give you that. But beyond that, insofar as the context of this particular situation, mad disrespect for you. Big time, bro. You are undeserving of respect. You are deserving of ridicule. Tar and feathers. University of Minnesota features 12-step recovery program for whiteness. Yeah. By the way, real quick, Susan, in the comment section, holy crap, this is nuts. Generation Z in for being the most entitled and disappointing age group. We got to pray for them, guys. And, there is a little bit of hope for Gen Z. Dr. Steve, what's his last name? Anyway, there's a conservative guy, populist guy, MAGA man. And he's done a pretty good video on the reasons why we shouldn't entirely give up hope. And in fact, we can look statistically and see that over time that conservative, populist-minded people are increasing. The people who identify as such, increasing over time. And that the reason for this is because we actually believe in procreation. We do not believe in with the babies. You know what I'm saying? So we're making more. So just by the mathematics of it, we shall win. The University of Minnesota's School of Social Work hosted a virtual lecture recently that aimed to teach white people about their white supremacy and how to counteract it using a 12-step program. It's a 2-hour recovery from white conditioning lecture hosted by the school's Center for Practice Transformation. Dude, religion. This is a cult by therapist Christina Combs. Christina Combs, by the way, is a self-loathing weirdo. A total loon bird. She's a kookadoodle-doo. Real weird. Quote, I also want to hold that alongside the tension that in this model, we are, in fact, centering whiteness, but we're centering it differently to expose it, study its patterns, and to transform its violent legacy. She begins the lecture by acknowledging that she's on traditional Dakota land. It's in Minnesota. I mean, okay. Is it? I mean, is the actual school on traditional Dakota land, or is it on land that at one time belonged to them but doesn't anymore? The territory of a Native American tribe which settled in Minnesota. See, their concept of property is really weird, man. Really, really, really weird. Especially when dealing with cultures and worldviews and civilizations that are supposedly not really that interested in the concept of private property. Combs asked attendees, what comes to mind when you hear the term white supremacy? I would say, you actually. You and your imperial critical race theory crap. I imagine you may be wearing a hood, like the dog, the Ghoulden Retriever we talked about earlier. As an answer to the question, she displayed a slide titled The Face of White Supremacy. Under the title were pictures of the group. The group with the blankets. Don't want to say that and get in trouble. It's the old cluxaroos. With the 3,000 people, the serpent handlers. As well as white nationalists in Charlottesville. She then took those images off and put a picture of her own face on the screen. That's telling, isn't it? Isn't that actually a little bit telling? That it's like, man, lady, I didn't really know that you were, one of those. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, I didn't know you were. I'm so sorry. That's really messed up. Did you burn your outfit? No, I wasn't ever part of it. Then why would you do that? Why would you put it there? You distance yourself from that. You only, in a really abstract way, try to identify with that. But the moment you bring this kind of crap up and you go, dude, I didn't realize you were part of that. Oh, no, you don't have to be. Not everybody who believed that was part of it. And you go, so you believed that stuff? Like, can you name their beliefs and stuff? Did you go to their website or something? Stepping into that tension and accepting my connection to it has been a freedom of sorts to show up in a better alignment with my values and do the work for the rest of my life. I got criticism for people. People were like, well, man, you did where you called it a cult early on when the show was starting. You called this a cult. And I say, yes, it is a cult. And I broke down why. NewDiscourses.com had a really great article as to why it's a cult. But look, to better align with my values and do the work for the rest of my life. To do the liturgy, by the way. To do evangelization, by the way. It's not just evangelization. This is proselytizing. Oh, before diving into her 12-step model, Combs prefaced it by quoting feminist author Bell Hooks and saying that, quote, imperialist white supremacist capitalist patriarchy is the power structure underlying the social order. You are a robot, imperialist white supremacist capitalist patriarchy. Do you hear that crap? These people are robots, dude. Bleep, bloop, bleep. NPC robots. Mindless goons. I feel badly for this lady. And here's the thing, guys. For her to ever, in reality, for this woman to ever escape the clutches of that cult would be almost like, the kids that grow up in those sex cults. You know what I'm saying? Was River Phoenix? Was he one of them? Grew up in those crazy sex cults and stuff, and the kind of effect that has on them over the years. Escaping this would be like escaping Scientology. In fact, just as bad, because now, Scientology has this vast network and stuff where they'll spy on you and check you out, and they do their investigation to find out an audit, to find out all about you and the wickedness. That's what this stuff is, by the way. These are audits. But now it's going to be on steroids with the power of the government. First, you have to admit that you've been socially conditioned by the ideology. This is crazy. Combs plays a video of a young white girl who was shown drawings of a cartoon child in varying pigment of skin color. When asked which one had positive characteristics like pretty or smart, she'd point to the white figures. When asked about negative characteristics like mean or ugly, she pointed to the dark figures. She replies by saying, "We've been socially conditioned. White supremacy is in us. It will always be here. We will always have to work against it in this journey of transformation. Always and forever. Deranged world without end." It's a cult. Step 2, we came to believe that we could embrace our ignorance as an invitation to learn. So you have to admit that you're ignorant. You have to seek that knowledge. You develop support systems to keep us engaged. Yeah, fellowship, right? It's like RCIA. Step 4, we journey boldly inward, exploring and acknowledging ways in which white supremacist teachings have been integrated into our minds and spirits. Microaggressions. Step 5, we confessed our mistakes and failings to ourselves and others. They're confessing, dude. This is straight up confession. You should find a priest, stat, and confess your lunacy and your involvement with a cult. Step 6, we're entirely ready to deconstruct previous ways of knowing as they have been developed through the lens of white supremacy. Remember, I always joke around with the glasses that view everything in the world. Like the girl I mentioned one time in a chat that said, man, I used to love reading books and watching movies, but now I view everything through this lens, and man, it's just like racism is everywhere. I can hardly read or watch anything anymore. Cult. Totalitarian cult. We humbly explored new ways of understanding, proactively seeking out new learning, and reconstructing a more inclusive sense of reality. Step 8, we committed ourselves to ongoing study of our racial bias, conscious or unconscious, and our maladaptive patterns of white supremacist thinking. What, you have like 5 people in this? Step 9, we developed strategies to counteract our racial bias. Step 10, we've embraced the responsibility of focusing on our impact more than our intentions. Well, at least she's still allowing for some degree of intentions. Step 11, we engage in the daily practice of self-reflection. That's actually a good thing if it wasn't the complex. Step 12, we committed ourselves to sharing this message with our white brothers, sisters, and siblings in order to build a supportive recovery community and encourage personal accountability within our culture. Is that true? Because you're basically what you do is you go to Thanksgiving dinner. You train people to go to Thanksgiving dinner and simply say, look, I don't think we should be doing this, guys. I think we should go back home and maybe, read some book about white privilege together. That's the real way we can celebrate our thanks for having seen the light. Like Clockwork Orange. I'm really glad that the colleges and the high schools put the little metal things on my eyes and made me see all of this, because now I believe everything they say for the rest of my life. We actually have to pray for them. I know it's a joke a little to say this is a cult, but it is. This is a cult. Cults are not a joke. Cults are dangerous. Cults lead people to say and do things that are so outrageous and can harm not just them physically and stuff like that, but also relationships. Complexes like this can make it difficult for them in social interactions, and we're seeing this now. We're seeing families divided. This is not coming to bring peace. This is coming to bring a sword by conquest. And the truth is, this is at war with the Christian religion. It is a replacement. It's a replacement. They admit it, by the way. The Christians who say, no, it's not, you're deluding yourself. You're deluding yourself because you can go to the primary advocates of this and the philosophy that undermines this, that network of assumptions that helps to not just prop this up, but to make sense of it and to enforce it. You go to those things, anti-Christian, man, big time. They loathe the Lord. They believe that Christianity is a terrible, what is it, Catholic Charities did a video where the guy gets up there and he's the Catholic Charities, Northwest or whatever, and he's doing this video and saying, I am a racist. He's the first thing out of his mouth. I am part of a racist religion. We are and talking about Catholicism, that it's this racist, white supremacist thing. 2,000 years of this. He's not a Catholic. He's a raging heretic at that point, propagating something, just grotesque amounts of heresy in that video. And by the way, an admission of a reason why no one should give that group any money ever again. Say, oh, you're a racist? You've been a racist this whole time? Dude, I want my money back, you sick freak. I want my money back. I know I said we're going to talk about this, but we've been talking about schools a lot. We can talk about it later. But there's a reason why. And it all comes back down to the cult. It all comes back down to the cult. And look at how it affects people. Nearly a quarter of college students say they'll likely protest if Trump wins in 2020. Now, exactly 22% of students surveyed, this is an Axios poll, said they are likely to protest, and 17 said they will protest should Trump win. More students, 30%, said they would not protest if Trump won. So wow, 1/3 of the country, that is not an encouraging number. If for no other reason, then you have the we will not protest and the 30% of the we will likely not protest. That is a pretty close divisional makeup of the founding of our country with the revolution, with the loyalists and the patriotic revolutionaries, right? The people who said we're going to war and the people who said we're not, and the people who were caught in the middle. Only 1% said they are absolutely certain to protest if Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden wins. So, dude, look, we are law-abiding people that even if, hell on earth happens, even if that happens, 1% said they'll protest. We'll show that video tomorrow. This is an interview with the left, Democrats, Biden's base, and Antifa terrorists. This is stunning, by the way. It's absolutely terrifying what they say they're going to do. And thing is one of the reasons why all of this, actually we'll show that one. We'll show this video for a moment. We're going to go a little bit over. I hope you don't mind. We started at about 10 after, so we got about 10 minutes. But I want to share this video. Let's see. Let's play this. I want you to hear this. And if there's bad words, I apologize in advance. I think that they beeped him out, though. This is Rebel Pundit over at thegatewaypundit.com.
These elections are not how we control the future of society. They're a sham.
A political revolution will happen when people start organizing outside the system.
It's up to us to carve out a different future. That's why we say revolution, nothing less.
The end goal is the abolishment of capitalism.
Revolution, nothing less. Can you imagine a world without America? Hell yeah! Can you imagine a world without America?
Can you imagine a world without America? They can. They can.
There is no way out of this mess except socialist revolution.
Well, socialism is the road to communism.
It happens in the streets. It does not happen in the Senate.
We need people that are actually organizing in the streets, creating crisis for the decision makers.
To build up a whole new
Socialist Republic of North America.
Stage. That's after the entire world has become socialist.
In the lead up to the revolution and shortly after, there would be resistance.
These people should be referred to as neo-Nazis.
We already are.
If it's bloody, it will be the fault of the ruling class.
Let's make the guillotine right again.
Take the same action Lincoln took and put them down.
So they can be wiped from this country.
Masses will fall. They'll fall in line.
We need to start getting serious about organizing, and building power and building the infrastructure.
She's right. We need to begin organizing now. Now.
Quite frankly, this country needs to be pulled apart.
Only revolution!
Stop thinking like Americans. Let me hear you say that. Stop thinking like Americans and start thinking about humanity. This is what we are fighting for, y'all. This is what we are fighting for. This is a constitution for the new socialist republic.
A constitution for the new socialist republic of North America.
And the will and the strength to do it.
These are the people that Biden will not denounce.
Capitalism sucks. This is a revolution. We're seeing a revolution.
Communists have always been on the right side.
Will you fight? Will you fight? When is it enough? People can say that this show's radical. It is radical because we're living in radical times. Period. End of story. Where are you when this goes down? Where are you? This is radical. This is treachery. This is absolute treachery. It is violent. It is frightening, and it is real. And the ideas that these people have about the world and about people, the ideas that these people have are the ideas that are being propagated to your children through schools, through mass media, through employment-required reprogram training. It is a network of assumptions. Stop missing the forest for the trees. We can look at an individual tree, individual tree, individual tree. We have to recognize the forest, the doom, the abyss. It is real. This is where we are right now. Where are you watching the show? This equips people. This inspires people and motivates people to rise up to be the best they can every single day, to keep fighting, to know their enemy, never give up, and to do it with a smile. And we know the enemy. And look, when you hear this kind of thing and they threaten to call us these terrible names, we know better than that. We know ourselves. Why? Because we have self-reflection. Because we understand what men and women are. Because we have revelation. We have a God's eye view. These people do not. They see themselves as sludge. Leveled out with any living creature, whatever that even means anymore. Leveled out. Thirsty for nothing more than power. I'm sorry to say this, guys. It is getting to the point, and maybe it's already here. Maybe that's a self-preservation mechanism or something, right? To even distance myself from what I know is true. You need to become accustomed to the idea that you will be called upon, and that you're being called upon right now to save the Republic. To save your future and your children's future. If you don't care. If you don't care. Then you're not watching the show. If you don't care, you're not watching the show. And people can call me radical all day long. Fine. I'll accept that. And say, yes, man, I am radical. Because the situation is radical. You got to know what you're dealing with. I ain't playing footsies. I'm not playing patty cake. This is war. This is war. And that's the underbelly. These are the people waiting for you. And if you think, well, that's just a bunch of people out on the streets, they're not really going to do anything. Last article before we go to memes. Former Labor Secretary calls for Truth and Reconciliation Commission to punish Trump supporters. Here's the amazing thing. Jewish. Jewish. Sounding like a straight up you-know-who. Uncle you-know-who. When this nightmare is over, we need a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. It would erase Trump's lies, comfort those who've been harmed by his hatefulness, and name every official, politician, executive, and media mogul whose greed and cowardice enabled this catastrophe. That is straight up Hitler. That is straight, dude, he's a Nazi. You are a Nazi crazy lunatic. Unbelievable. Clinton's former Secretary of Labor. You may have seen him. Was he a dwarf or a midget? I forget. Little person either way. Unbelievable. Dan Bongino emerged as a voice of reason in this conversation, saying, holy, this is a real tweet. You've been warned. Liberals are looking for revenge, and they're not kidding. They're not kidding. They want your kids. They want your kids because they're killing their own. They're murdering their own. They're contracepting their own out of existence, and they're bloodthirsty. They need yours. How do you keep it going? How do you keep it going? Other people's kids, and to live forever. Technocratic, transhumanist nonsense bullcrap. Unbelievable. In addition to this, in addition to the commission, Reich is calling, we should call him Reich. Reich is calling for a blacklist of Trump supporters. It's unclear as to what he would like to happen to the people named by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Holy cow. Or how it would be determined who should be on it. Deprogramming centers. These will have to be at every strip mall in every town. They had them in Germany. We need them just as badly. Make it mandatory. Trump supporters go, or they must leave our country. I'm effing serious. Flower child. Oh, really? Hey, man, peace and love. There are reprogramming centers over there. Or else leave the country. Peace and love. What a loser. Look at her face. Look at her face. Do I have anything else down here? No, it's gone. Sorry to get so serious, guys. I'm for real. I am sorry to get so serious. But this is not a joke. It is not a joke, man. In the comments, talking about the 12-step meeting, it sounds like an AA meeting. Dude, it is. Yeah, it's essentially the same kind of idea. Society, another comment, society has lost the proper sense of ethnos. Social engineering, especially using cultural Marxism, has caused a crisis in identity. It's turned the whole identity rhetoric into a shallow one based on color, not on culture, religion, and language. Dude, totally true. I'm a culturist. I'm a Western chauvinist. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Card carrying, buddy. Coin carrying. Coin carrying. Western chauvinist. The way it works. In the comments, yes, and it terrifies me. Socialism is evil, completely anti-Christian. We may be about to see the beast spoken of in Revelation. God, please have mercy on those who are your people. Adam says, I'm in their face. You know that. Dude, yes, you're a warrior, man. And you're a great example for everybody. You are, man. You are a good example, dude. Shirley says, we don't need cry rooms. We need more people like you to keep people informed. Thank you, Shirley. I do my best every single day. I do my best to make you laugh, to make you cry, and to rile you up because we need it. We need all those things together, in fact. All those things together. It's holistic. Another comment. I have a granddaughter that was in public schools too long. She won't use straws because she likes turtles. I like turtles. And I've been told, don't be sorry for telling us the truth. I'm not. But here's the thing. You've got to know and be prepared now. You know, this show scares the living daylights out of people who on the dark side who know about it. I wish more and more knew. I want them to be nervous. Because as long as they feel that they can do their conquest, as long as they feel that they can do that entire Trojan horse thing, and Americans will just unwittingly go and being all blissful, ignorant and such to say, oh, let's bring this on inside of the encampment. It looks pretty nice. As long as that's the case and they don't realize that we're on to that, and as long as they think not, because there's a lot of people who they know, they say, well, look, yeah, there's a bunch of shows that they're onto it. But one thing that this show does, deep dive. Deep dive. It's not shallow. If you pay attention to this show, if you go back, take notes. I'm dead serious, man. I know people who do. I know students who do. I know children who do. God bless them. If you take notes, you will learn an immense amount about the enemy and about yourself and about alternative ideas on how we can possibly save the greatest civilization that the world has ever known. All right, we are going to go real quick here. We're going to make this transition. We're going to make the transition here. Oh, I already got it. I'm going to play this song. We're going to go to memes. I'm sorry we went over. I don't apologize for that. We can't go over too long, though, because I don't know if there's other shows coming up. We got to be careful. The bigger the network gets, the more they're going to be strict about that. They're going to be like, dude, you got to start on time, brother. You got to start on time. Yeah, Cherie says, my daughter takes notes, which you discuss with her after the show. Dude, God bless you. You have an amazing daughter, future leader of families, a future leader of providing examples of godly womanhood, godly modesty. It's like that meme that says, you got the lady that's like, I had an abortion so that I could have a life in science, and a lady with like 6 kids says, I raised 6 scientists. Which one's the winner? Not the child baby murderer, that's for sure. Okay, here we go. We're gonna listen to this tune, guys. We got to do. Is the main banner? Is it gonna do it here? What was the song? Okay, we're just gonna transition right over. All right, coming up on the end. Remember, if you love the show, you got to share. Go to Paleocratdiaries.com to learn more. Check out all the links and all the timestamps. Let all your friends and family, classmates and coworkers know. Yeah. Woo. It's meme time, boys and girls. Because you got the rest of the day ahead. And you got to rock it out. Let this be a supercharge. All right. Oh. Yeah, I got to have videos, man, of people howling at the sun, dude. Howling at the sun. All right, if you have memes, make sure you can share them with us. Paleocratdiaries@gmail.com. All right, we're running out of time, so let's get right to it. Oh, Steve Skojic. I had somebody busting my chops saying that they didn't, that they weren't fans of the Skojies. I haven't worn them either, man, in a while. The pink headphones. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do it. But Steve, we've had some disagreements. I don't think he's ever shared my stuff. I don't know why. I think he'd like it. Steve, he's responding to somebody. Service Jesu Christi. PSA, men don't find purple hair attractive. Steve said, yes, we actually do. Yeah, dude, I agree with that. By the way, man, I don't know if that's like his wife or what's up with that, but very beautiful woman. Whoever that is, She's beautiful enough that it makes me wonder if she listens to the show. In the comments, somebody said the song is now my son's favorite. He's dancing and howling. Yeah. Got this from a viewer. Please tell me that's a ghost and not Joe Biden. Look at his face, dude. Look at his face. Oh, because he's creeping. Okay, that's hilarious, man. Yeah. Like Joe Biden's behind him. Let's see here. What does this one say? Can I make this one bigger, guys? Let me see. Because it's going to drive me nuts if I can't read that. Yeah, I can make that one bigger. I hate when memes have that on the side. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Hard to swallow pills. When they say that your taxes will only go up if you make over $400,000, remember that it's that 15 days to slow the spread is now 216. Okay, yeah. Is it more than that now? I don't know how old that one is. Let's see this one. Oh, that's a good. I like this one. Who radicalized you? Creeps over. You did. Yeah, dude, tell it. Tell it like it is. What is this? Oh, no. Incoming call. Jeffrey Toobin. Yeah. That guy is really struggling. He did some naughty things. Obviously, not playing the video of that. Trump ordered mulch during a classified intelligence briefing report. Is that true? And if it is, dude, yes, that's awesome, dude. I love malts. I miss eating some. Maybe in honor of that really wise decision on behalf of the president. Good taste, right? He has good taste. Maybe in honor of that, I will have to, when I do my cheat, right? When I do my cheat day, which they're going to be rare, but when I do, last time it was cake. I think this time maybe we'll do malts in honor of that. Sometimes we eat, sometimes we don't. Some families are struggling to eat during the what? Okay, is it? Yeah, you're being rude. Although, look, couldn't they pick somebody different that's not like hyper obese and stuff? Why didn't somebody tell me that my butt was so big? Okay, from Spaceballs. Oh no, that's the I can't breathe lady. Why'd you guys put all these in here? I don't want to be like totally rude. When everyone else in lockdown is working on their fitness and you're at home like, dude, hold on a second. I think that the staff sent me Fat Shame Fridays. Meme list. Oh no. Oh, this is Fat Shame Friday. No, man. Oh, okay, we'll call it Waistline Wednesday. Waistline Wednesday. Okay. Oh no. Large women's fashion. We don't call it plus size anymore. We call it extra fun. And look at the dog's face. He's like, I don't know about that. Word of the day, McChicken. I live in Michigan, where my governor is a moron. Oh no, dude. Who sent this? You guys are going to get me in trouble. You guys are going to get me in trouble. Describe America in one picture. Childhood obesity. Don't take it lightly. Isn't that a little bit of, don't take it lightly? It's not a small matter, Oh, there's more to the meme. My kind of shopping spree. What? Is that real, dude? That lady might be a mukbanger. You never know. Man, dude, this is definitely Fat Fridays. This is Fat Shame Fridays meme list. Ooh. Okay. My fat friend. Oh, it's Doggo. That's the Doggo with the one married Joanna. Me trying to touch his boobs. Oh, no. What in the world? You're going to get me in trouble big time. Oh, so much trouble. So much trouble. How do I keep gaining weight? Also me. I don't know about that bag. I mean, that bag, where would you find that? And guzzling out of the 2-liter? This got to be mukbang, dude, for sure. Oh, Okay, guys, let's just commit right now that these memes are helping us to, we're fat shaming ourselves to fitness. We're not just poking shots at everybody else. We're going, look, we're kind of fat. We're kind of chubby. And we're going to be dealing with it. As I said, we've got a program coming this week, in fact. A program coming at paleocratdiaries.com to help you keep up. To help you keep up with all of the fitness advice that we've got. Because we're going to lose weight together in the jihad on fat. Right? To be a member, I think you do need to maybe have a plastic saber, or you can just make one out of cardboard. I don't really care. But you're going to have one. And you're going to have to, be able to make certain sound effects. I won't do them on the show because I have to put that behind, like, maybe the members only page. I don't want to get in trouble with who. Well, you see, the problem is that obesity runs in my family. And the doctor's like, no. The problem is that nobody runs in your family. Oh, son. Oh, no. Okay, is this a less fat one for now? Spider-Man, Far From the Gym. Dude, the guy's obviously, there's a little bit going on. You know what I mean? Father Ron Floyd. Yes, I love Father Ron, our priest. He's really awesome online. You should follow him. Really cool guy. Controversial, too. And he shares that picture, The Exorcist, and it says underneath, looks like scene from Bells of St. Mary's. Oh, no. No, it is not. Let's see here. Did we do this one already? To be fair, it was a mostly peaceful kidnapping plot. Oh, no. This is sabotage, dude. You guys are, You guys, you're like fast pacing. You're like, okay, look, we already know that the New World Order, whether the people or the animals, it doesn't matter, that they're all wanting to take me down. You guys know it. And so what do? You're like, just fast track it. We're going to fast track it by sending them the craziest crap. To be fair, it was a mostly peaceful, but you know what? It's a little bit true. Halloween, okay, so a seasonal one. Moms be like, my son didn't do, yeah, my son didn't do nothing. Oh. Joe Biden isn't stupid. He has dementia. People who vote for Joe Biden are stupid. Oh, and these two, I guess, will go together, and it's the end of the show. Here we go. It's the end. Okay. The system oppresses me. And yet, all of that, I don't know if you guys can really tell what that is. Let's see if we can zoom in real quick on that. We'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see. Yeah, look at that. It's a whole bunch of these corporations, the biggest corporations in the world. And those are the pictures that they switched everything to for Pride Month. Because, oppression and such. Frequently bought together. Is that real? The pink, I kind of like, well, I mean, all three of those items are pretty decent. Oh, now you guys know my Christmas list. Now you guys know my Christmas list. All right. It's been a bunch of fun. It's always fun, the show. Really grateful. Make sure to check out paleocratdiaries.com. Subscribe for the emails of updates that we do. And make sure to, if you're interested, become a member. And also that there's a form you can fill out if you'd like me to come and speak or be part of a panel or even a debate. I'd be interested. I'd debate it. I would debate the idea of going on to a debate. But any inquiries like that, make sure to contact paleocratdiaries@gmail.com. Make sure to check out Paleo Cheese. I shared the most recent one, which is amazing, by the way. It has to do with the Rolling Stones top 500 albums of all time. And we go through the top 25. It's hilarious, right? Our discussion. And deep. We had a deep discussion about music. And then we ended off, my friend Chad and I, award-winning author, Chad Lutsky. We talked about what it's like to be all-weather friends in a world of cancel culture. And how everybody's out of their mind and people are splitting off and doing their thing. And saying, look, even when you disagree, even when you're having serious issues with somebody, or you say, I don't like your view on politics, or I don't like your view on religion, that you remain friends. And you have to, you got to, even though we are in a place where we have to be vigilant and even have that kind of warrior spirit about what we're doing, at the same time, we have to have that traditional spirit that says, okay, look, there are times and occasions where you don't just want to say, you disagree with me on this or that, therefore you're gone. It's still reconciliation because we're not fighting against flesh and blood, not strictly. We're fighting against things much deeper than that in a spirit of reconciliation. All right, everybody. I'm very grateful for all of you. I just want to say thank you and make sure tune in again tomorrow as long as we're here from 10 to noon or thereabouts. And until then, never give up. Keep on smiling and memento mori.
If I don't talk into microphones, I don't make that mad cash. Making all that money. Making that mad loot, right?
Mind control.
So we see the minority elite imposing their ideology on an unwilling and resentful populace. This causes a backlash. People get ticked off.
The left is working long and hard to make us feel as if we've done something wrong. Worse yet, that we are the problem. Don't let people just rip on your heritage. Don't let people just rip on your traditions. Don't let people rip on your heroes. Stand up for what you believe, what made you who you are. So unless this disenfranchised majority begins standing up for what they believe in their heart of hearts to be true, I think we'd be left with nothing more than a dirge, and maybe a funeral procession.